In a previous video, I introduced the concept of strafing. That is the manual attack for fighters. While strafing in itself is very effective, there are methods and tactics you can employ to make it even more effective. One of these methods is called backstrafing. The premise of backstrafing is to strafe a plane that is returning back to the carrier, or a plane that is moving in a pretty predictable line. The benefit of backstrafing is that you can often kill off a lot of enemy planes with only one strafe, as the enemy is not expecting you to do so. There are 3 ideal situations in which you can conduct a backstrafe. The first one is when a plane is returning to the carrier after dropping off its strike or expending its ammo. In this situation, unless the carrier has redirected his planes to be a little bit more sneaky, the planes are going to be traveling in a straight line. Simply line up your fighter behind and strafe forward. The next opportunity, although a little bit harder, is when an enemy CV is attacking a friendly ship. In this situation, you have to consider where the enemy CV is going to attack, which direction, and how. For dive bombers, it's going to be predominantly from the front or the rear of the ship. Torpedoes are going to come in at a perpendicular angle to the ship. Being able to spot these attack patterns will give you a high chance of getting the strafe off before the attack occurs. However, if the enemy CV is paying attention, they may quickly divert their planes away. In this situation, all you can try and do is re-attack or re-strafe as soon as you can after your planes get out of the original strafe. As you can see here, you can use both of these in conjunction with each other, strafing as they attack, and then also for the leftover planes, you can perform a backstrafe as they return back to the carrier. The last and most difficult time to use a backstrafe is when fighting other fighters. Fighters are the most difficult to predict their movement patterns, as CV captains are often paying the most attention to them. However, there are situations where it is easier to predict. Let's talk through those. In this situation, I can tell those fighters are following my torpedo bombers. I set a strafe to intercept the fighters as they follow the torpedo bombers. The next method is similar to the first method of backstrafing. That is, coming up behind the fighters as they return to the carrier and simply backstrafing them. The last situation and the most difficult is when you're actively engaged with fighters. Here you can see 2 of my fighters are attacking this one red fighter. The red fighter then disengages by alt-attacking out. I move my fighters away, quickly reselect one, and strafe it in the same direction that original fighter is moving in, following its strafe. As that fighter was locked going in that direction, he is unable to escape my strafe, and he loses that entire squadron. Backstrafing and front strafing, which was previously explained in another video, are the bread and butter of fighter control. Mastering these attack tactics will give you the advantage against the enemy, regardless of whether your planes are up-tiered, low-tiered, have less in a squad, or more in a squad. Being able to use front strafing and back strafing cohesively together will allow you to take out the enemy's fighters and strike planes quickly and effectively. We'll look at this multi-strafing in a future video. Until then,